Hi everyone, I'm back, and it literally is a brand new day. And the name of this segment of my life is called Taking the Trum Out of Tantrum, which means all that's left is my tan. Yeah, so I got to share with you authentically what was going on for me within 10 minutes of getting this kind of financial, energetic type of bombshell, or so it felt. In terms of getting a substantially reduced offer from the would-be buyers to the point where maybe I walk away with as much as the realtors do. And I started going deeply into it because I know that I am so much more than that. I know that I am absolutely an infinite aspect of God's Spirit source, the universe. And that all of this is a great dream, yet a dream nonetheless, and doesn't really change who I really am. And so it gave me an opportunity, one, to experience the knee-jerk reaction of what it feels like, and I started going deeply into it, what it felt like, not only, and I think you saw it, not only the fear, the attachment to a specific outcome looking a certain way. I also noticed, as I went into it a little deeper, that really a lot of it had to do with my own self-judgment, and specifically about being a parent. Because I was looking for a good portion of the funds from the sale of this house, the equity I have here, for that to go to the kids in terms of their education fund and whatever. And so underlying that deep feeling of was this sense of, you know, Stu, that's how I was feeling about myself, by not being a better provider for my children on some level. So that was what was going on for me. Because I do take this responsibility that I have for my children's well-being, I take it seriously. As much as there's very little I am taking seriously, which is a great segue to this moment, because I do feel absolutely blessed and grateful that I even exist at all, or that you exist, that this camera exists, that Dan holding the camera exists, that the sun is shining, that I get to have this tan that suits me pretty well. Went to the beach yesterday, and oh my God, so beautiful to be literally at like the edge of the universe, into this infinite expanse where you can't see the end and it's infinite possibility out there. And that's what it feels like right now. The ocean of infinite possibilities is here, and surf's up, dude. So, Brakasha, or whatever they say out there, Shaka Bro, that's what it is. And so, you know, it's just a great opportunity for me, again, to let go, to trust completely in that sun trust, that the sun will continue to shine down on me and my family and provide for all of our existence, including you, and all of life on this planet. And for me, if I can continue just to stay in my heart and send the buyers love, send myself love, the kids love, I have absolute certainty that everybody's true needs will really be met. And what's really amazing is, within a couple of hours of my getting that email from the would-be buyers, I got another email from a woman who bought 3 acres from me in Sedona, Arizona, in Oak Creek Canyon, that was kind of like land that I'd been holding on to in the middle of this vortex that I thought was somehow going to be my, my spiritual anchoring. And she sent me an email. I had to sell it because I needed the cash. And the transaction was so filled with grace that even the broker who did the paperwork said it was the best karma transaction he had witnessed in a couple of years. Because usually the seller is like really downtrodden, on their knees, really hating life, hating themselves, and typically a forced transaction where they receive substantially less than they were asking. And it turns out that transaction was so smooth, and her email to me was one of deep, deep gratitude that she's been able to have this land and begin to build on it and create a place that is her own sanctuary and her own place of healing, and was so grateful that I was the custodian and steward of that land and to pass it on to her. And that really is what I'm inviting in and invoking for this place. That whoever it is that is the next beloved owner of this this divine property here, where these grape leaves are literally growing wild, that they love this place. They appreciate this place. And they really feel like it's a place for their own awakening, their own healing. And I'm really inviting that in, as well as I'm inviting in this whole notion of fairness and this whole notion of equity. And truth is, we've agreed on a price. If they can meet it, beautiful. If they can't meet it, you know, I get to be surrendered and I get to let go. And absolute trust that the right people will come along who not only can afford the property, actually feel so grateful to be here, because I am, and that is what I'm inviting in. This is not just simply a financial transaction. And this whole notion of freedom and the feeling of tingle and everything I was feeling with the prospects of not knowing where I'm going to wind up next and releasing myself from the mortgage and the debt of this property, you know, the real truth is, freedom is available to me now anyway. How about that? Because that is my essence. That is who and what I am at the core. And no house, no mortgage, no nothing can tell me otherwise. And that is such a deep blessing. And that's what I'm learning from this. All of consciousness, you know, I call this place Compound Joy. I've come to a place to realize that it's truly a state of being. It's a consciousness, not just a location. And the same thing holds true for freedom. The two are highly interrelated. That I am free now. I'm as free as my heart and mind can possibly allow for. And that's what I'm inviting in. Freedom of expression, freedom to let this joyful, loving, energetic presence of the light come through so that we can live and play in the garden. That's my interest, that's my fascination, that's what I'm dedicated to, that's what I am all in on. And so with that, I love you. Thank you all so much for all of your contributions and suggestions and reaching out to me in one form or another, and all of the suggestions of creativity you've had on how to navigate this, from renting to looking for different buyers to creating a retreat space here to all these other possibilities. I love you. I'm inviting you to keep them coming. Please either make me an offer I can't refuse or just come play with me in this beautiful landscape of possibility here in any form that inspires you, that speaks to you. And the truth is, I know that right action and the highest possible outcome for all is literally being revealed even as we record this video. So until the next time, I love you. As always, feel free to reach out to me. Please do, in any way you choose. I love you, and let's see how we can create and co-create freedom, joy, play, and everything we could possibly hope for and prayed for as children is here now, including the innocence. So, more soon. Lots of love.